Hi, Justin. Do you have a minute to chat? There's something I think that we should talk about.
Oh, Amy, how's it going? Yeah, sure, what's the matter?
Well, it seems that you went home before organizing those documents that I assigned to you. But the thing is, we needed that done before the meeting tomorrow. I'm just texting to ask why you left work early. Was there an emergency or something like that?
Sorry, but I don't talk about work outside of work hours. It's a personal rule of mine. And since I've already left the office, I won't be responding to any questions about work. Thanks for understanding.
I'm sorry, but this is work that you should have gotten done today and is now causing problems for the rest of us. I'm just trying to ask why you left without telling anyone and without finishing your assignments. Look, I know that ever since you started working here that your opinion of the rest of your coworkers have been less than stellar. But just because you don't like who you work with doesn't mean that you can just leave without a word.
God, this whole thing just sucks.
Excuse me? Just what do you mean by that?
Why should I have to do something like that, huh? That's just such a pain.
What do you mean? This is just kind of common sense stuff here. I don't think there's really anything that strange about what I'm bringing up here.
Common sense? Yeah, okay. Well, I think that you and I might have some pretty different ideas about what common sense might be, okay? Besides, everyone is different. Maybe you're the one who doesn't know what common sense is.
Justin, I seriously doubt that you don't see the point I'm making because you have a different common sense. Anyway, we already put out all of the fires that you left for us here, so we can table this conversation here. But from here on out, I really don't want to have this conversation with you again. Do you understand?
Excuse me? Just who do you think you are talking to me like that? Do you really think it's wise for you to be taking that kind of tone with me?
And just what is that supposed to mean?
It means that maybe you shouldn't act so high and mighty when you're talking to me. Just something to consider. If you don't take my advice, though, it's only gonna end up hurting you in the end.
Are you seriously trying to threaten me or something right now? Look, I'm allowed to talk to you like that when I need to because I've been assigned as our group leader. That means that it's my job to supervise the people under me. That includes handling instructions and disciplining employees when those instructions aren't carried out.
Under you? Please. Look, I'm just warning you that for your own sake, you better not try and talk to me like this anymore.
Look, I seriously have no clue what you're talking about. But you do realize that within the structure of the company, and our section specifically, that you have been placed under my supervision, right? That means that as your supervisor, when I hand out instructions and assignments, that I expect them to be done. And you, as someone under my supervision, are expected to do what's assigned to you.
Well, the feeling is mutual because I also have no clue what you're trying to say right now.
I'm sorry?
You see, the thing is, I'm not just some office drone, okay? I've got big things coming my way. I'm certainly not going to be told what to do by some old woman like you. So if you can manage to understand that, then why don't you keep organizing your materials of whatever and don't come to me with silly complaints like this anymore. Got it?
What's going on here? I seriously have no idea what you're talking about or why you're being so combative right now. And what does my age or gender have to do with this at all? Let me try and break it down for you really simply. In the corporate world, there are supervisors and there are those they supervise. I'm the former, you're the latter. Unless this is your way of trying to tell me that you just don't really feel like doing your job?
Well, if I'm being honest, no, I don't really feel like doing any work.
Wow. Are you serious?
After all, I was hired through some family connections anyways. So in my case, it doesn't really matter whether I work or not. You see, in the end, I'm gonna become the CEO either way.
Once again, you're spouting nonsense that's just impossible for me to follow right now.
Well, let me make it simple for you. I'm gonna be the CEO of this company one day, so I'm warning you now that you better watch the way you talk to me. I mean, you're pushing 30 already and still not married. It sounds like you really wouldn't have much going for you if you lost your job then, huh?
Do you realize how out of line you are right now?
What are you talking about? I'm just telling it like it is. If anything, I think I've been pretty kind to you. I'm only trying to warn you, to give you a little friendly advice. I'm just trying to help you understand that you better not bite the hand that's going to be feeding you.
Wow. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin on how delusional you're being right now. Anyways, this whole conversation has gone so far away from the whole reason I messaged you in the first place. Just do the tasks that are assigned to you and don't leave again with your work unfinished.
Or else what? Are you going to try and make me work overtime if I don't finish? Are you really sure you want to take it another step further and add something else to the list of things I'll get you back for?
If you're having trouble finishing all of your work during work hours, then please come talk to me, your supervisor, about it. I know that you're new to this company and that there may be many things that you aren't yet familiar with. So please consider what I've told you here. There are some basic rules that you need to follow from here on out.
As if that's gonna make me listen to you anyways.
Wow. Are you serious? You really want to take this further, huh?
Look, I've already explained it to you. I don't need to work to advance in this job. I have relatives in high places here. I'm talking all the way up to the CEO. So I really don't think that I need to waste my time taking orders from an unmarried old crow like you. In the end, I'm gonna be your boss whether you like it or not. So you can either start brown-nosing now or face the consequences for not doing it later.
Okay. This conversation is over. Goodbye. I already finished the paperwork you should have done. Just make sure you get your own work done from now on.
You should have already been doing my work for me in the first place. Who knows? Maybe you could have gotten all that paperwork done faster if you didn't waste your time talking to me about this pointless nonsense.
I don't even know why I tried. Goodbye for real this time.
You don't have anything else to say to me because you know that I'm right. Some supervisor you are. You can't even handle a little criticism or pushback. Looks like I'm the real winner here.
Justin, could you please stop fooling around at work? The rest of our group is taking our roles on this project very seriously. And you do realize that this project isn't just for our section. It's part of a much larger project that our whole company is working on. I really just want to know why you've been acting so ridiculous when it comes to helping out on this project. Once again, you left the office to go home without telling a single person that you hadn't yet finished the work that was assigned to you. You do understand how this causes trouble for everyone else on the team, right?
I'm not working because it's annoying and I don't feel like it.
Are we really doing this again?
We are, because no matter how many times you nag at me about how important this stupid project is, I'm gonna go home when I feel like it.
Okay, and I'm asking if you understand how taking that approach to work negatively affects the success of the project and the morale of the team. I mean, why even bother showing up at the office if you weren't going to do any work?
Why did we have to have the same conversation over and over again? I already told you that I show up here because I have family connections here. All I have to do is punch in and punch out and nothing else, and my whole future is guaranteed. Maybe someone like you just can't understand. But this busy work you're assigning me is better left to the peons and office drones, not a future CEO.
Are you telling me then that it's your intention to keep leaving work to go home whenever you want, all while not doing any of the work that I give you?
That's right. I'm gonna do what I want, when I want. I warned you that you should have just left me alone, but at this point you're just causing trouble for yourself.
And just what's that supposed to mean?
It means that if you refuse to get off my back, then once I'm running this place, you're gonna be the first person I fire.
Back with the threats again?
It's not a threat, it's a promise straight from the future CEO of this company. I got this job through my family, and I'm gonna rise to the top through those same connections. And I'm not afraid to fire anyone who gets in my way.
Well, I hate to disappoint you, but the current CEO is my father.
Wait, really?
You keep talking about how you got this job because you have connections to the CEO, right? But I don't really think that's true. I already asked my dad about the whole situation, and he had no idea what you were talking about. He told me that he has met your parents once or twice, but didn't really have anything positive to say about them. And he told me that he certainly didn't hire you as a favor to them. It was only after you started causing trouble that he even remembered who you were and that he had met your parents before. But otherwise, he never really had a second thought about you after signing the papers to take you on.
Hold on, wait a minute. What are you talking about right now? You mean to tell me that your dad is the CEO?
Yes, that's what I just said. And what of it?
And you're being totally and completely serious about this?
Yes, totally and completely serious. And as for myself, I'm not really the kind of person to be bragging about connections I have in the company. Then again, I never really thought of myself as working here only through the grace of people that I know. I do my best to work hard every day so that nobody thinks that I'm just riding my father's coattails. I guess I must be working too hard, though, since even you didn't realize that you were bragging about becoming the next CEO through your connections. To the CEO's own daughter. I mean, honestly, what were you thinking? Acting out the way that you did.
No, that wasn't what I was doing. I didn't know that you were the CEO's daughter, is all. I mean, nobody even told me. How was I supposed to know?
Well, upper management is, of course, aware of who I am and who my father is. But otherwise, it's not something I go bragging about and showing off.
So then, you're really serious about all of this?
Of course I'm serious. What would I even have to gain lying to someone like you? How long were you planning on using that stupid lie, by the way? Insisting to everyone that you were next in line to become CEO thanks to your connections? Or did you really actually believe that was coming your way? What made you even think that in the first place?
Well, I just thought that it would be better for me if I told people that.
Is that supposed to be your excuse for all this? You just made up a story to tell people so that you could try and get out of doing the work that you didn't want to do? This whole lie was just so that you could avoid doing anything while you were here? Did you really think that was going to work? I'm genuinely curious to know. I mean, what do you even think the meaning of a job is? Huh?
No, of course that wasn't what I was trying to do. I swear. Just please, don't tell me that you already told your dad about all of this.
Of course. He's already well aware of the things you have been trying to get away with here.
Oh no, oh, this is really bad. I mean, that means that you told the CEO? Are you gonna report this talk as well?
Yes, of course.
Come on, I know I wasn't exactly the most respectful before, but you don't need to report me to the CEO just because of something like that. To be honest, it seems like just some kind of personal grudge.
Do you really think that I'm the kind of person who can't separate their personal life from their professional one? I'm going to prepare a detailed description of the attitude that you have held towards working here. It will be accurate and objective, and I will put my personal feelings for you aside when I write it. And I'm not going to be submitting it to my father anyway. It isn't his job to deal with such matters. I am, however, going to be submitting said report to Human Resources.
Wait, just hold on and let me explain. What even is there to report? I haven't even done anything.
Yes, that's correct. You really haven't done anything, especially your own job.
No, that isn't what I meant.
Are you really going to try and come up with some excuse as to why you haven't done a single thing that I've assigned to you? Don't you know that I'm in line to be the next CEO? If you try and disobey me, I will be able to fire you, you know. So tell me, is there anything my good-for-nothing employee has to say for himself?
What? Me? I'm not good for nothing.
Of course you are! Do you even realize the amount of stress and trouble that you have caused for not only me, but the rest of our team as well? When you refused to do your work, it was all of us who had to pick up your slack and take on your responsibilities on top of our own. We all had to cover for you and make sure that we finished everything by the deadline.
Yes, of course, you're completely right. I really see the error of my ways now. I never meant to cause trouble for you or the team, and I'm deeply and sincerely sorry for any confusion I might have caused.
Wow. So, you can speak politely when you want to.
Of course, I'm actually quite a nice guy when you get to know me.
Well, it's just that you've always been extremely unpleasant to exchange messages with up until now. I really had no reason to believe that you were capable of anything else. So tell me, do you think it was appropriate for you to talk to me the way you were in our past conversations?
No, of course I don't. I didn't mean any of what I said.
You're just full of excuses and half-hearted apologies today, aren't you? I really do want to know, though. What was your goal for telling everyone that you were in line to be the next CEO? I mean, what was the ultimate point of it? Did you really just want to use that to not have to do any of your work?
I guess it's just that I just thought that people would think that I was cool if they thought I was going to be the next CEO.
What? Is that really why you did it? Wow. Nobody, and I mean nobody, thought you were cool for saying that. Besides, the next CEO has been decided for a while.
What? What do you mean by that? Who is it?
I told you before. It's me. The person that you've been going out of your way to disrespect ever since you started working here. So I'm afraid to say that the chances of you ever becoming the boss of the company are about 0%. And even if you had a chance, my fiancé is the president of our parent company. I doubt he would be supportive of you becoming CEO here on his watch.
Wait, go back a bit. You have a fiancé?
That's right. I do. Do you have something to say about it, Justin? After all, you used to love pointing out how I'm almost in my 30s and still unmarried. But then again, I guess you really never knew what you were talking about to begin with. Although it's common knowledge around the office that Brian and I are engaged.
Wait, why does everyone but me know that?
Other members on our team have talked about it and even tried to tell you about it. But you're only ever on your phone during meetings. I guess you must have just been ignoring them whenever they tried to tell you. That's why lately, no one has even been bothering to talk to you at all. What would even be the point if you're not going to listen to a word they say?
You mean that people have been avoiding me? That's what's been going on?
Had you really never even noticed until now? Besides, why would anyone want to talk to the new hire who doesn't bother doing his work and refuses to try and learn anything about his job? It's really not that difficult to figure out if you think about it.
No, please, I'm sorry. You don't have to say that. I'm begging you. I promise to work hard. I'll change my ways. Just please don't tell your dad or your fiancé or HR or anyone. Anything but that. If this gets out, then I'll be fired.
Well, it's not guaranteed that you'll be fired, even though I personally do believe that you deserve to be. But I'm going to follow the rules of our company and report you to human resources like any other employee.
I'm so sorry. Please, you have to forgive me.
You better start taking your job a bit more seriously then. Because as of now, I don't think you have a single person in your corner. Good luck keeping this up without any friends. After that, Justin continued to apologize profusely to Amy. He even apologized to the rest of his team and some others in the office and avoided being fired. He started to take his job more seriously and crack down on the things assigned to him. But because he never once bothered trying to learn about what he was supposed to be doing for work while he was being trained, he couldn't even do his job correctly. He became a bit of a walking joke around the office. Justin felt the pressure and couldn't handle the mental stress of the situation. In the end, he quit his job. Now, Justin is looking for a new place to hire him, but is having no luck. We can only hope that wherever he ends up, he takes it a bit more seriously this time. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.